I've heard over the years that many people don't like funerals. They might go to visitations, but not funerals. I've heard that some pastors find working with families is less complicated at funerals than weddings. I was asked by a young pastor for suggestions about what to say at a funeral when she was not given much positive to say about someone she didn't know. I said, as you pray to yourself there, but for the grace of God go I, proclaim the resurrection and your faith that in life and death we belong to God, who brings hope and life through suffering love to all our deadly forces of sin. Of course, I didn't say it that way. That's the revision after years of revising, trying to give myself answers to her question. As a teenager, young adult, pastor, and hospice chaplain, I've been to a lot of funerals. Some were for family members, some for dear friends, some for those ostracized by religion, some for lifelong church members, some for persons I didn't know. At some I spoke, at some I sat, at some I sang, at some I vocally prayed, at all I participated. Ever since I've heard it, I've said, at the tomb of Jesus, the women were told two things. He is not here, he is risen. That's how we respond to the death of this man or woman. We grieve because he is not here, and we rejoice because she is risen. And both statements are true for us at the very same time. My mind wanders at funerals. When I experience another preacher ask his captive audience, if you were to die tonight, would you be sent to hell or would you go to heaven? My mind wanders to change the question. If you were to truly start living today, how do you want to live until you die? Yesterday, I participated in the memorial service of George Floyd. Like other worship these days, I participated online. Like other funerals, family and friends grieved, music inspired, and hope in God was proclaimed. Like other funerals, I didn't know the deceased, but I was moved by the grief of those who did. I stood and prayed for 8 minutes and 45 seconds. My mind wandered. I thought of my best man at my first wedding, now under hospice care. I recalled our college friend arrested for drug possession, whose family attorney made it possible for him to be a doctor today. I knew if I spent a $20 counterfeit bill, it would be assumed I was not aware. I recalled many times when I was guilty of trespassing in a home under construction and was never shot down. What funerals do you recall in your life? How does your mind wander in worship? How do you want to seek to abundantly, faithfully, and actively live until you die? As Mary Oliver asks, what do you want to do with your one wild and precious life?